Bonjour and welcome from Brussels. My name is Shadab and I'm here for a study trip organized by the University of Glasgow School of Social and Political Sciences for the students of MSc and MRes International Relations program. So in this 3-day study trip, we will be exploring the heart of European politics and diplomacy, and we will be visiting some of the key institutions which are based here in Brussels. And this study trip has two main aims. The first one is academic, which is to promote academic understandings of regional integration, international organizations, and global politics. And second one is policy oriented, which is to explore skills and experiences required for policy oriented career paths. So over the next 5 days, I will take you through our trip as we will be visiting the institutions, and we will also talk to our trip lead, Dr. Benjamin, and some of the students who are attending this trip. So today we just landed here in Brussels from Glasgow. Tomorrow we will be starting our visit to the institutions, and today we will just exploring the city, and I will take you through this. So today we just visited some of the popular tourist attractions of the city, including the stunning Grand Place, which is one of the most beautiful market squares in Europe, and it is surrounded by beautiful historical buildings. We also stopped by a historic cathedral, which was just next to our accommodation, and we just went there to take the architecture and the atmosphere of the Brussels. We also enjoyed some delicious local cuisine at a traditional restaurant, and of course we treated ourselves to some free Belgian chocolate just for a sweet start to our tour. So today is the official first day of our trip, and we are kicking things off with our first institutional visits. We will start with a visit to the House of European History. This visit is optional, but I think it's a great opportunity to explore Europe's past and to better understand its present, and it will be definitely worth a visit. Our second stop will be the European Commission. To just give you a background, the European Commission is an executive body of European Union. It is responsible for proposing new legislation, implementing decisions, managing EU day-to-day business, and upholding EU treaties. Essentially, it plays a central role in shaping EU policies and ensuring that all member states follow EU laws. So at the Commission, we will be attending 2 sessions. The first session is titled Shaping Europe's Future, the European Commission at Work. This session will give us insight into how this vital institution operates, and the second session will focus on the European Defence Fund, in which we will be looking at the EU's work in defense and space. And I'm really excited about today's visit and sessions, and I will be sharing more about what we learned and experienced after their sessions will wrap up. So yes, the visit to the House of European History was really insightful. The museum offered a deep dive into the history of Europe and helped us understand the long and complex journey of the continent. The museum consisted of 6 floors, and each floor was dedicated to a different aspects of Europe's history. They also provided us with tablets and with audio guides, which offered detailed explanations and insights into the exhibits and helped us understand the significance of the historical events and eras. But unfortunately, not all students were able to join the visit because the museum was fully booked for the day. However, those of us who managed to visit had a chance to explore Europe's rich and diverse history. Next, we headed to the European Commission. It was incredible to visit such a central institution of the EU and get a first-hand look how it operates. Upon arrival, we first of all took a group photo. Then we were welcomed and briefed about the current College of the Commissioners, which is composed of a president and 26 commissioners. Then we had a first presentation which gave us a clear overview of how European Union functions, particularly the role of European Commission. We learned about the EU's structure, its shared and executive competencies, and how it impacts citizens' daily lives through policies like free movement and consumer protection. This session also explained the Commission's 4 main roles, and it also highlighted the EU's priorities for 2024 to 2029, including sustainability, defense, democracy, and global partnerships. The second session focused on the European Defence Fund and explored the EU's evolving approach to defence investment through different collaborative programs. It also highlighted the EU's efforts to boost defence innovation, especially among SMEs, by promoting cross border cooperation and funding disruptive technologies. The session emphasized these strategic and economic benefits of a stronger, more responsive European defense, technological and industrial base, including support for the Ukraine. And after both presentations, we were given the opportunity to ask questions, and it made the visit even more engaging and informative. So today is the second day of our visits, and it's going to be very busy and exciting today because we are visiting two really important EU institutions. The first one is the European External Action Service, and second is European Parliament. So we will be starting our day at the European External Action Service, which is also known as EEAS. It's basically the EU's diplomatic service, and it deals with the EU's foreign policy. After that, we will make our way to the European Parliament, where we will begin with a guided tour of the hemicycle. The hemicycle is the main chamber where parliamentary debates and votes take place. It's going to be amazing to see it in person because we have only seen it on TV or on media. After the tour, we have 3 presentations lined up for us, which will be delivered by policy analysts. The first presentation is titled as the Generalized Overview of the European Parliament, its democratic credentials, and future avenues for empowerment. The second presentation is on migration, a hotly contested topic in the European Parliament. And this will be interesting because migration has one of the most debated issues in the EU. Then the third and last session is human rights and European Parliament. So overall, it's going to be very packed day. We will start at 9:30 a.m. and our last session finishes around 5 p.m. But given how important institutions we are going to visit today, honestly, I think that this will be the highlight of our entire study trip, and I will be sharing more about today's visit soon. So we started the morning at the European External Action Service. While the content of this session was confidential, I can say that it was incredibly engaging, and we were given the opportunity to ask questions on a variety of topics that fall under the EES domain, and the discussions were very insightful and they shed light on the complexities of the EU foreign policy and diplomacy. Afterwards, we made our way to the European Parliament, the legislative arm of the EU, and it plays a vital role in ensuring democratic legitimacy of the EU governance, as members are directly elected by the citizens of the member states. We started our visit with the tour of Hemicycle. Seeing it in person gave us a deeper sense of Parliament's scale and its significance. There we were briefed on some of the key facts and figures about the Parliament, such as the number of members and the election process. During our visit, we also had a chance to explore the broadcasting area, where we got an insider's view of TV studios and live programs happening in real time. Our visit continued with 3 brilliant presentations that further deepened our understanding of the Parliament's inner working, and from topics like democratic structures to migration debates, and at the end, Parliament's role in advocating for human rights. At the end of the visit, we gathered for a group photo, and we had the privilege of speaking with Dr. Benjamin, the academic director of the International Relations Master's Program. So let's hear from Dr. Benjamin about his thoughts on this trip.
Yeah, it's Wednesday evening and I'm standing here in front of the European Parliament. We're just at the end of the second day of our study trip to Brussels. Today we had two exciting visits. The first was to the European External Action Service, where we had two interesting presentations about the role of the European Union as an actor in world politics. And now we had an afternoon session at the European Parliament, where different representatives of the research service of the European Parliament were talking to us about various topics such as migration. Yeah, and I'm organizing this trip for the first time. I'm really enjoying it. I think it's a great opportunity for our students to get a first-hand experience what international politics is like. I mean, the European Union is a regional integration project, but it's also an actor on the world stage, and it has a position on various conflicts that are currently, unfortunately, happening in the world. So as much as it is about European integration, this visit is also about global politics and the role of the European Union in global politics and in global conflicts. So I think it's a great opportunity for everybody involved, and I so far really enjoyed it.
So thanks to Dr. Benjamin for talking to us about the significance of this trip for the students participating in it. And he also mentioned how this trip is not only about understanding European integration, but also about seeing the EU as a global actor, especially in the context of current world conflicts. And today is our last day of our visits, and our first institution for today is Scotland House, which is a key part of Scotland's international network. There we will have a presentation from Scotland House team on their work in Brussels. After that, we will be visiting the EU office of the Frederick Ebert Stiftung, which is a German political foundation associated with the Social Democratic Party of the Germany. And with these final two visits, we will be wrapping our day with a social at a Belgian local cafe. So we begin our day at Scotland House, Brussels. Upon arrival, we were warmly welcomed with coffee and tea. Then the Scotland House team, all three of whom were University of Glasgow graduates, gave us a comprehensive presentation on the role of Scotland Europa and the wider mission of the Scotland House. It was encouraging to see the University of Glasgow alumni working at such a high level in international policy and diplomacy. We learned that Scotland Europa is a membership-based organization working to promote Scotland's interest within the EU institution and also among regional and national representatives across Europe. Their members include local government, universities and businesses, giving them a broad and representative voice in European affairs. The team also highlighted how Scotland Europa provides funding and networking opportunities to its members. And before we left, we took a group photo with the Scotland House team. Then in the afternoon, we visited the EU office of the Frederick Ebert Stiftung. It was established in 1925 and is one of the Germany's oldest foundations. The foundation is named after Frederick Ebert, who was the first democratically elected president of the Germany. The FES team introduced us to their work on promoting social democracy, European integration, and political dialogue across borders. As an agency focused on dialogue, education, and consultancy, the FES plays a unique role as a political network organization engaging with various European institutions. Their role in research, policy development, and engagement with EU institutions exemplifies how political foundations can drive important conversations in European governance and civil society. After this visit, we ended our day and our trip with a relaxed social at Delirium Cafe. It was the perfect setting as we shared reflections and our favorite moments from the trip with each other, and it was the ideal ending to a week filled with learning and unforgettable experiences. So before we wrap up, let's hear from a few fellow students about their experiences and what they have taken away from this incredible trip.
Right, so Brussels has been good so far. It's a very beautiful city, and as for the sessions, I would say they're a bit diplomatic and political for my taste, but so far still very good. So
it's a great experience for me to be here in Brussels. Met different people from the European Union, listen from them, deepen our knowledge and situational awareness about a specific topic that currently occupying the landscape of international relations.
Visiting Brussels has been a deeply mindful experience, exploring the European Union, the Scotland House, and the FES has allowed me to witness how international cooperation, democratic values, and social justice are built and defended.
It was such a wonderful experience of getting to know Europe's political culture in a practical landscape, and I'm really grateful for that. Thank you.
The Brussels study trip is really good and it helps us to understand the ECU operation better.
It was incredible trip to Brussels and EO, and we have got a lot of information about international organization. Thank you, Brussels. Thank you, University of Glasgow.
And yes, that's the end of this video, and we are flying back to Glasgow soon. And I just want to say I'm really grateful for the chance to share our 5-day journey with you, and I hope you have enjoyed coming along with us, and thanks for watching.